guys, it's Chantel with Wild Berry Quilting, and today we're going to be talking about floss drops and how to use them. So let's get started. Okay, so I have two different types of floss drops here with me today, and there's definitely a big difference in the size of them, but they're both used about the same way. There's just a little bit extra detail on this one. So let me show you how you would go about flossing them up. So I've got this skein of 3844, and I'm just going to pay attention to what side has the number on it, because that's the side that I'm going to be pulling from. And a lot of people will just pull it out like this without taking the pieces off, but I actually do prefer to take them off. That way I can open it up and put my hand in there. And I've still got this part, and I'm just going to throw this over the back of a chair or something so that I can keep track of where that end piece is. And I'm just going to loosely pile this out. Let me speed that up for you. Okay, and I've got my other end now. And I'm going to bring my two ends together and run my hand along the length of thread until I meet the other side, making sure that I'm not having one piece get longer than the other and that I'm not putting any knots into it. And there we go. And I'm just going to bring my two ends up like that. And I'm going to do the same thing again. And this really doesn't take very long at all. And there we go. And I just meet that up again. I'm going to do that one more time. And this one's really easy. All right, now I have this length of thread that's just a little bit longer than my elbow, which is about where we want it to go. It's probably, I don't know, I probably got like 4 inches because I'm kind of short. So I've got it doubled up, and this is the end where I have the end pieces, or the side where I have the end pieces. And I'm just going to snip all of the loops on this side. I'm going to leave these loops all intact on this one. And I'm going to take them and I'm going to thread it through my floss drop like this. And then I'm just going to stick my fingers between here and grab that tail and pull it through. And that is all threaded up. Now there is an additional step that I do here. I have been using these little labels to label them. And this was 3844. Usually I will label my floss drop before I take these little pieces off, just to make sure I'm not making any mistakes. So I've got 3844, and I'll just go through here and find it. All right, there we go. It is 3844 right there. And I'm just going to pull that little sticker off. And the standard floss drops that they have at Flat Quarter Shop actually have a heart on them already that is the perfect size and just a fantastic location to put that sticker on. So I just put it right over the top. Now, the ones that are for different seasons do not have that little heart on the back, but I still put it in the same location on there. And that way I always know where to look to find the number. So that's our first floss drop, and let me show you the other type. Now I'm using this type of floss drop for my silky threads or satin threads, satin floss. And I just purchased a second set of these sheets, and I've been using them as well. And I just put them right here in this blank spot, and it's large enough, just barely, to fit that without any overhang. And as you can see, you still cut your floss exactly the same way and loop it through this larger square shape. Now this smaller square shape would be for if you had any additional threads. And let me show you real quick how you would use these. All right, so now you want to use one of your threads. We're just going to turn it over to the side where the loops are and zoom in a little bit. We're going to pull up one single thread with our needle, and you can pull this all the way out without any tingling. You just pull these out straight. Now we can also take our single thread, say we have a remnant piece that's long enough that we want to hold on to it, and we can stick that through that small square and pull it off to the side just like that. Now we're saving all of our floss. And this area right here, as you can see, it's just gridded out just like how your Aida or other fabric would be. And you can just stitch a small sampling of your floss onto there. Now, I'm using these particular floss drops to hold my satin threads so that I can see just how beautiful and shimmery they are when they're stitched up. But this would also be incredibly useful if you are using over dyes and you wanted to store them and kind of see how they would look once they were stitched up, maybe what the repeat would be on them. So that is incredibly useful to have that little stitching area. And it's not just for aesthetics, despite how aesthetically pleasing it actually is. And then of course, you've got the extra little holes on both of these where you can put them on a ring and have them all saved and ready to be hung. And both of them fit nicely on there. As you can see, I still have a lot of work to do to go through and get all of my flosses on. I'm still working on the process of getting all of these together. All right, guys, I'm going to put a link in the description to these little sticker labels and also a link to these floss drops in case you're interested in either of them. Thank you so much for joining me, and if you would like to see a video about cross stitching or quilting or some other craft, let me know in the comments. I'd be happy to take a look at it and see what I can figure out. I'm going to be doing a video soon of how I kit up for starting cross stitching and also how I prep for quilting. And I'm also going to be putting out a video soon for how I organize my threads, because one of the big issues that I ran into when I was trying to find thread organization was, do I organize by color or do I organize by number? Because you can't have it both ways with DMC. But I found the solution to having both ways. So if you're interested in what that is and how I figured it out, how I solved the problem, please remember to hit like and subscribe and come back and see me for that video. I'll see you again next time. Bye.